Okay, we removed the ram mount and we're gonna get clean. I got it all in parts and pieces. I apologize, I had a recording earlier, but I guess the camera kind of went wacko on me. But these guys were attached like this. So you can see that little rubber ball there. And then you also had another rubber ball here as well. And then these are universal. You can come and see how it has a hex shape. You can come either on this side or on this side. And then on the other side it has a washer, which I'll just show you right now. It has a little metal washer here, so it covers that hex side that you're not using for any threading. And then you have a little plastic one, a little harder plastic, I can say. You can see it's taking shape of the little hex already on there. Okay, you would put that in there, or it could be actually maybe this way around. It might be the metal one first. I mean the metal one second. Looked like the plastic one might actually bend to shape. So let's see it real quick here. So yeah, that covers right there. Might be in the position. And then you got the metal one here. I should put the other way actually. We might be able to replace this with a new metal washer or something. Okay, and then you got this to screw it in. Usually it'll tighten all the way. Once it tightens, you can go ahead and put that in your clamp there. And how I had my old cable was, and we took out my old cable. We're going to integrate the new one, which is the magnet tip. I think it's much more smarter. What's great about the magnet tip one is you can interchange them, because my GoPro, the new one, GoPro Session 5, takes a C type of connection, not a micro USB like this one. So instead of me trying to swap tips to, I figure I probably won't need to charge it like that, but we'll see if I ever need to. I have it ready. I just want to show you that GoPro tip on my, or just a connection tip altogether. Let's see if I have it somewhere here. There we go. Alright, so these are all the tips that comes with this. Sort of like they give you 3 sets, a 6-foot power cord. The only power, it doesn't really synchronize with data. I don't know why. That would be awesome if it did. And then they give you 2 3-feet, and one with a front and one with an angle tip. So you can check this out. So this is the micro USB right now, right? This is it's magnet, so this is it on the other end. You can leave this on attached to your phone or your device. And there it goes. See, look, it can even arch from an inch away almost. Well, not almost close to an inch away, maybe half an inch or 3/4 of an inch. How about that? There we go. See that? Just jumps onto the connection. So this is right here is a micro USB, correct? And then this one, they got several adapters. Okay, so this is a C connector. This will be the GoPro Session 5. The GoPro Session, or Session 4, you could say, it actually uses the same micro USB, but the Session 5, they changed it. All new devices, even the Note now. I think Note 6 Plus, or 6 and up, or 7 really, right? There's no 6, they skipped 6, I believe. They all use now C-type connection type, so you can see a little difference. And they're bi-directional, so you can actually put it in this way, or put it in this way, unlike the micro USB one, which requires you to go only a certain way. So that's it. But however, what's great about this one is you can interchange them or leave these little tablets in the device. I just don't know why they don't actually build now devices with just a magnet thing like this, where you know they have a standard where it's universal like this. They go like this because it's just smart. Well, thank goodness for innovation, because this actually is very useful. Unfortunately, it doesn't synchronize, so you can't use the cable line as a data cable. That's just one downside of that one. But everything else, it works charging superb. The magnet's pretty strong enough where it will hold your device, so it's kind of nice. You can see here. Let's see if I can show you how strong it is. Look at that. See, I can almost pick up my wrench. So that's pretty damn good. Look at that. Not even let go. So, you know, it's pretty heavy, I would consider. Look, almost picked them all the way if I put them in the center. Let's see. Look at that. That's how strong the magnet is. So it's fairly strong. If you ever lose your device, it actually lights up constantly when it's charging or when it's just plugged in. So you have a little bit of like a blue in the glow light here, or I'm not sure it comes in different colors or anything like that. So I'm going to go and put this in here like this, and I'm going to find out what the old one was like, and we're going to hopefully figure it out. I believe we're going to have to rearrange everything, how we're going to mount it. I believe the RAM mount was twisted on the right side just to get away from the outside. So let's go ahead and change that around. Let's see here. It's got a few things here to look into. So we're going to go and switch this around. We already cleaned it already. I don't think there's not much more to clean here in this guy. I sprayed a little bit. No, I didn't actually. Let me spray some WD-40 just to make sure we get all his parts. Oh, it's coming loose. remove any rust or debris. There we go. Let me go ahead and I was going to actually take this guy off too as well, so I can get into this bolt as well. Let's do that. I got all his little pieces here. And I actually found out that our Nordilock would have worked perfect for this replacement here, this little spiral replacement, which I didn't care for. Let's see if I can find that Nordilock. Was it in here earlier? There it goes. Have them right in here. So the Nordilock here would replace this pretty nicely because, again, I just don't like, this thing looks so cheap, you know what I mean? This looks like jerry-rigged stuff. I think the Nordilock looks so much more cleaner. I can show you here. Normally it would go somewhere on this guy's bottom as well. So let's say, for instance, see, instead of showing this guy here, see how it looks right there? It just doesn't look right. It looks like it's jerry-rigged, you know? But when you put the Nordilocks, I think it looks like a little bit more refined, you could say. The Nordilock thread is exposing a little bit, but that's the same way with this guy, you know. He's not any, you know, different. And you're not supposed to use the washer with the Nordilock because this is the washer. It's supposed to grip both threads, and since these guys are a little bit rubber coated, they'll be working perfect. So let's say, for instance, we're gonna bring this guy again. So if you look at this guy right here, this is where he's sitting here. So we put this guy here. See how that one looks. Yeah, and then you have this going over it. See that? It looks somewhat like a dog collar or something. It just doesn't look really. I mean, if your style is going for that, yeah, it would definitely fit you well. But for me, I just didn't like it. It doesn't look too classy enough. It just looks like, you know, you have some scrap parts laying around and you're using it for a filler or something. So let's go ahead and take this one out. See how nicer what the Nordilock is. See if I can get this on there first. So you got that right. You see how it already looks, right? So much more nicer. And then we'll put this guy on top. Hopefully it does functionality, not just for a nicer aesthetic. But yeah, you can see how much more cleaner that looks. Looks like it's, you know, it's solid, like just this one here. See, I'm happy with these kind of washers, but I wasn't too happy with the spike ones. I guess these are cheaper to make than the Nordilock, which the Nordilock look like they cost almost $1 a piece, versus these guys probably less than 2 cents. So here we go. We're gonna go and start some cleanup. That way we can get this game ball rolling. So let me go ahead and get this guy here. We're gonna go ahead and put all our parts, whatever we need to clean, we clean. In fact, we should put all the parts in here so we don't lose them. There's just so many little scraps. Let's see here. These guys are okay. They look like they're spring tension. I think they've been out in the weather a little bit, so we won't mind hitting them with a little bit of WD-40 to loosen whatever might have been, you know, rusting inside the mechanism. I mean, they are made from stainless steel, but I'm sure some other parts might not be 100% stainless steel. So all you can do is just take this guy out. I guess this guy's like his rubber, I don't know what you call him, his spider web they call it. So we'll move our wire harness there. Let's put this guy in here. Let's bring this around like a serving tray. All the stuff that we need to clean in here, including all the nuts and bolts. We'll probably just hit it with some WD-40, some of the rubber, some of this one, all these washers. We'll clean it really well. We'll even clean this guy just to back up. Might not use him again, but we'll see. Okay, I believe we got all of it. We cut the tie straps off to remove these guys off of there because he was holding the cable line. I mean the cable wires. He was holding himself with just the tie straps, among other things. So we'll get that there. Here's the bolt for him. Is there any more else we can clean from this side other than the mirror connections? I think we need to probably take this mirror off now. The mirror here, idea for this one is we're going to be using our cup holder. So let's check it out. Let's twist it on right now. I'm going to show you. So this is the cup holder right here, right? And you can see here it has a thing for your, I guess, I'm not sure what size this is again. It might be a little bit bigger, maybe 5/8. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But he's supposed to go like this way. So what we're going to do is he's going to be mounting. It's going to be mounted like right there. And it's also a ram mount brand, so you can see here. It says ram mount on the ball. ram mount on the base. So Ram makes really good stuff. A little bit expensive for some of the few adapters here and there, but it wasn't too bad. So let me go ahead and take this guy off. So he just turns off. I think these are what, 7/8? Not, oh no, they're not 7/8. The handlebar is 7/8. These guys are definitely not 7/8. I think they might be, I don't know what size they are, but they're standard size. Most scooters or even motorcycle had those fitting size. So what Ram Mount did was they created this guy, so that you can actually use this. Now you can see here we might have some trouble, so we might have to get a stud connector too as well. So we'll find out how we're gonna do this, or if we can do this. We might actually have to drive him from underneath here, so we might have to take this guy off. So let's do that. I think the socket on this guy might be a 14mm. Let's see, we have, let's see if this 14mm will fit him or not. I'm getting close, but it might be a 13 or 12 maybe. Maybe a 13. Let's try a 13. 14 seems to be, it'll work, but it's too loose for us. We don't want to take a chance. So let's see if this 13 here is 12. I think we have a 13 laying around somewhere. It's 13. Doesn't look like it, but it's 13. Nope, 13 actually won't fit, so it does take a 14. 13 won't fit, 12 is too small. So 14 is the only one that came up in par, so we'll keep the 14 on there. Lefty loosey. It's going to turn the whole steering now. That's why I didn't want to actually glue this yet. We have the missing parts on there, because the minute I glue it, we turn this around so many times, back and forth, and more than likely it probably won't. School's here for Nathan. He's running. School bus. Okay. So here we go, lefty loosey. Look at this one. I had not opened this again in the last year, so it's been out in the rain too. So I just feel bad with whatever parts I'm seeing before my very eyes. So we might be able to squeeze him between here before we actually put a mirror to raise our mirror up more. Unlike this setup, you can see here, it just, I guess it uses this whole ram mount plate as part of his extra extension. So they made this a little bit differently. We could have got the same setup like this too maybe, but we might not need to. But you can see how rusted this is, right? So a lot of things need to clean, and this is no exception. We might just spray directly WD-40 on this one right now. So we'll take that off. But you know what? Let's find out actually how this will work. So I have this little holder here, right? Let's just kind of drive it in and see if it'll give us the extra slack to be able to leave it on or not. So here we go. Let's see how it looks first too. It does have a little bit more thread. It still has some thread, so that's kind of nice to know. You can see here how much, see there? Look like I can still go away maybe about a good inch or so. I'll keep driving it. By hand. There you go. It does have plenty of thread. Looks like about maybe good. I don't know if it's half an inch, but oh yeah, that looks awesome. It's freaking solid. And that's just twisting by hand. And then we could put our mirrors on top. Now we'll have to angle this so it doesn't interfere with the mirror. And unfortunately our mirror, we're going to take this ram mount off so we can actually turn the mirror. And then we'll pull blue sock tie. Because again, we got to have enough room. Well, our mirror has always been the same, right? We never actually had to take threads from the top, but it's always from the bottom. What we'll do is we'll remove the ram mount so we can actually just put the mirror on there. So this might be a pretty quickie install. See here, we can just lower it like this for temporarily. You know, we can position this any way we want to, but we need to actually go it lower so we can actually start swinging the mirror on there. So let's check it out. So we'll put blue Loctite when we finalize everything, but we're just doing kind of a dry fit. See how things are gonna come to play. It's kind of hard to, gotta get a few thread in there before it actually grips, right? I think it's starting to grip. No, it's not. All right, here we go. Gonna pace myself here. Sorry, see what it feels. Maybe it's lefty loosey. Oh, it might be reverse thread. I'll be damned if it is. I didn't pay attention when I took it off, but I don't feel like it's gripping. Yeah, I'll need two hands on the deck on this one. Let me see if I can do it. Stabilizing the camera here. Okay, I believe it might go this way. But I'm not feeling it going to the groove, that's the thing. I think it might start digging into the groove. There, maybe. It just feels like it's not uneven still. That is a very small thread. Yeah, it's so small. Look at that. The thread doesn't look too bad. It's not like it's worn out or anything. Getting it off was simple, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to feel every inch of this to make sure I'm actually mounting. Nothing's really supposed to be blocking it. I knew something's going to hold us back. But maybe I'll just spray some lubricant on there. Probably eventually we'll get into it. Okay, well, see that? I almost feel like I got it. So I'm going to put some pressure. Put some down pressure. Kind of parallel it. Feels like it almost wants to dig in, right? And it does look like it's the same threading. I guess maybe when I tighten this down or something, it might create more thread for us. So let's do that. Try to figure this guy out. Or was this a thread for it? It might have been the other way. I think it was a thread for it. This little brown thing was the only thread for it, right? We didn't move the thread, did we? Interesting. That's interesting. It was perfectly working, right? So anyway, we'll clean it up right now. But yeah, this cup holder looks freaking fantastic. We'll have it laying like, we'll probably position the way where it doesn't interfere. I don't think it will. Heck, if we put a straw here, we could probably sip while we're cruising. How about that for you? Pretty damn neat. Looks like it comes forward enough where you can, it won't interfere your driving, I don't think, but it comes forward enough you could probably put a straw arching. You could probably drink your whatever beer while you're driving. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, so that was cool to go. Let's go and unbolt this. 14 millimeter, or yeah, 14. Can't decide which one, 12 or 14. I can do 12, but it won't work though. Okay, so let me hold this guy. He's about to probably fall right on. He does have a little bit of weight on him. And we definitely got hit him with some rust remover. Alright, so this guy's good. He's brand new. So we'll leave him here. This doesn't need to be clean. This guy, however, can be. And we'll come back to get all these guys sprayed on. This is the fun stuff, I guess. Get this out of the way because I don't want to let it go in there and do his magic there. Alright, so let's take these guys out. Give it a good spray here. Oh man, it's raining now. It's starting to. Oh, gotta get the mirrors. Don't need the mirror, but I do want to get the areas here in the back of the mirror. Just give this guy a coat. WD-40 wherever. It's okay, they're supposed to be non-adhesive stuff anyway, so these guys, I'm going to turn the mirror a little bit. Just try and bend the mirror. That way the WD-40 can work in the other angle of him. See there. Try to get to the little crits area. Spray the other side. Flip it over. I didn't still get this guy completely removed yet, but that's okay. I'm getting him here. Alright, so it's coated with WD-40 now. Give these guys a clean rub down. Looks like I even took some of the stuff off of there. Okay, so let's go ahead, get these guys clean, put away, or get ready to wipe it out and connect them back in our setup here. Let me wear some gloves. It looks like it might get abrasive. Just don't feel like getting my hands too dirty, especially for just maintaining scrubbing. This glove will work. Here's our scrubbing pad. In case we need to scrub anything. It should be fine. There we go. Gotta blow your gloves to get your finger all in there. Or else this looked like some of them was kind of cut off. These things are so thick you could probably use them almost a couple times if they don't get really scratched up. Alright, so let's go ahead and clean these guys out of here. Nothing but the ram mount plastic. Little bolts like these, just kind of take them and give them a good. Take out the rust. I'm not sure if it's supposed to share side on top as well, but I sure didn't feel like it. Maybe it's supposed to go in the groove more. I don't know. Or maybe this was the mirror part. I didn't think it was. Did we remove this guy or remove the top guy? Guess we'll find out. We will find out. We sure got a lot of thread from him. But the other end didn't give us much thread to work with at all. Okay, so this one just kind of flex them a little bit. Just let them work in. We can't really just kind of make sure they work themselves back in there. Let me take this one off. We'll use our hex. I think it's H4. Yep, H4, the smallest one we had. Clean, or about to be soaked in some of his own. Oh, WD-40 do his magic. Get the bolts. Pretty big Allen bolt here. It's a black color too. We could use this for more a different area, but that's okay. Cleaning our bolts. This guy too, he needs to probably better just take him and rub him on the pad instead of trying to get the pad around him. Get him around the pad. There we go. He's getting there. That's about it. This guy was probably the worst. Had all kinds of fillers in them. Can't even tell what was in them. There we go. Look a little bit better, huh? Not so dark looking. Try to get a Scotch-Brite inside of his little threading. In fact, here I might be able to use the Allen, poke them through it. Unfortunately, I won't be able to spin them because I can probably poke it. There we go. Just do that way. Use the Allen to help you drive a little bit. I was trying to spin them from the inside, but this will work. There we go. Wow, he's actually supposed to be a silver color, huh? Well, we probably scraped the paint off of him. That's probably why. And let's go ahead and take the Allen screw this one as well. I believe this was our H6. There we go. Take that. Pretty nice. There we go. Clean. This one I'm still not too confident yet. Just keep on trying to get him a little bit more nicer. Oh, it actually does. Look, he's loosening up. You can actually give this a little bit more to the mirror. So yeah, this was actually, I knew it's gonna, something's gonna give when we actually put our back our, but look at that. You can see there. So depending on how much the mirror needs, we can drive it more down there. So this thing adjusts it so it can actually place the mirror in a position of lock. So it's sort of like a lock nut for the mirror as well as extension. So it works great for both. Let's unscrew it all out. There we go. Has nothing but a slot. Look at that. It's kind of a weird, kind of a cable slot, you could say. But yeah. Let's get a little bit of WD-40 that's in the residue at the bottom here. Bring them back up. Clean this thread as well. Yeah, WD-40 is pretty good on lubricating, and it stays lubricated. You just don't want to use it on your handlebar though, because you're trying to lubricate it in, but you want to, you know, lubricate it off. So that's why I'm saying APM probably did advise a good strategy in using just a hairspray to get your handlebar grip. Once this hairspray will lubricate it temporarily, once it gets in there, it stays there because of the fact that hairspray makes things sticky, like, you know, making your hair stick. So that is a really good tidbit there. Simple. Now, try to clean all this guy out, take all the rust, that we won't have any problems. Mechanical wear and tear. I think it's about ready here. Okay, what I'm gonna do is get a clean shop rag and wipe these guys all out clean before we place them back. I think the mirror is fine. See, this one right here is aluminum. There's not really any rust built up there, so I don't want to mess with that one. I need to get my socket back here. In fact, I need to clean my socket back anyway. Alright, so now it's time. We got all these little small pieces. I think that all we wanted clean is clean. So hang up the scrubber for a second. Okay, let's go and get it. Let's go get our little shop rag. First thing to do is probably pick out our mirror here. You can see here. It's gonna be a little slippery. So I'm trying to wipe them off. WD-40 as much as we can. We'll clean the mirror with special mirror cleaner soon, so it doesn't need to be. You can see here, this is how my phone's launched on there. Showing the phone on his phone. Alright, so we got this guy clean. Well, as clean as we can. And you want to flex this too while you're at it, because again, you want the WD-40 to do its thing and try and work inside all the little areas that you can't get. There. I believe these things were painted. You don't want it too loose, by the way, so you gotta be really careful. Because if it's too loose and it doesn't stay in a position, then you got another issue. So you might have to thicken it out again with some grease or something. But yeah, I think it's fine. We're just using WD-40 to rub off any kind of rust or debris. And then we're gonna probably maybe go back and, you know, clean it with, you know, the proper glass cleaner for its surface. Alright, so this one's ready to go. Gonna put them on the top shelf here. We're gonna clean all the little parts here. Clean our socket a little bit last. Let's go and clean these guys out here. They don't need to be hanging out too long here. Kind of nice to have things clean. It'll last us a longer time. We'll enjoy our product more. Especially, I think the cup holder is going to be really useful, especially when you want to kind of sip on it. Yeah, I don't know. You know, go through it, drive through. You know, order your first combo meal. You know, with a nice vanilla Dr. Pepper or whatever your favorite soft drink may be, or even not a soft drink, maybe a nice cold tea or something. Just kind of coast. I don't think the cops will say anything if they see you take a sip from your scooter handlebar, as long as it's secure there. I think the cops can't really say nothing if you have a proper mount for anything like your phone. You know, you can actually even text message while the phone's mounted on your dash. I don't know that for sure. Some state might have a different law, but I think the idea is that they figure that you're using a GPS to tap the direction where you're going. So as long as it's on your dash, it's mounted securely in your dash, and it's in the direction, of course, of the visibility of your driving, then you're fine there. But if it's mounted in the back seat and you're trying to reach over, of course, it wouldn't be safe for all of us. But yeah, I think that's the rule of thumb. So I think if anything can be mounted on there, and your hands are, you know, independent, where you can actually release it and still won't affect your driving, then you're fine. There we go. Get that shoved in there. Clean out whatever needs to be cleaned out from inside. There we go. Wow, look at that. It has like a coated some sort. I know it's probably a little harder aluminum. It's not steel or anything like that, but it's a hard aluminum. Yeah, and it's coated with something. But yeah, we're gonna put our Nordilock here. I think it's gonna look so much better. All right, so let's go and put this out. Let's say every little part's clean. We move them out to the bin over there. We should put another shop rag over there, prepare for the final wipe down. But this is fine here. Sorry guys, it's not very glamorous to show you, but it's just part of it. I'll keep all your stuff detailed and clean, huh? Start it from the first bolt and onward. This is a really smooth side here. I guess that's where the ball needs to create a suction. I don't know, we're supposed to even put any WD-40 in here, but I think we're all wiping it off anyway cleanly. So you can see it's pretty dry. So I don't think you have to worry. But yeah, this ram mount, it lasts me a year and still looks like this condition. So if you guys ever think of getting a ram mount, this is the condition you'll see it, even after leaving it out for a whole year outside. No cover, no nothing. Very minor damage on it, other than maybe the ball might wear out a little bit. Speaking of which, you can see here, but I think it has a little coating of a WD-40 lubricant now, so we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't dry out. I don't know what WD-40 does when you wipe it off. Its residue maybe dry it out, but I think it looks pretty damn fair. See a few light scratches or cracks, you could say. There you go, see that? A few. But again, it's never been taken out to breathe, so this is the first time it actually been released off. You can see a little bit mohawk shape where it clamps. Interesting, huh? So yeah, there we go. Get this guy thoroughly wiped down. Nice. I'm not sure if I can fit anything in here, but let me see if I can take this guy right here and do it. Just use this guy to probe inside this guy here. Somewhat.